Strich, I'll get right to it. Some claim that the pace at which your stop-motion animation proceeds, the pace of the activity is simply too fast to keep track of. And it's exhausting to even attempt. And many have conjectured that this is all just a trick on your part to increase the number of views on your YouTube station. How would you respond to this?
I do get that a lot, actually, Dragonfly. And here's the thing. I was impacted heavily by Alvin Toffler and his book Future Shock several, at least a few decades ago now. And the thing is that we're able to process much more than we're consciously aware of. And I guarantee you that you can watch my videos one time and get everything at some level in your psyche. You have your brain has the ability and consistently follows through in logging information even more quickly than the action in my videos takes place. So I would recommend that people just relax, experience it once, and walk away. If you become obsessed with anything, it can destroy everything else in your life. So I don't recommend that people watch my videos hundreds and thousands of times. I'd love for them to share them with other people, but hey, as with anything else, have the experience and then develop it and turn it into something else. I believe that as we design art and other experiences in our lives to up the ante with our minds and with our ability to process information, that we'll drive ourselves to greater levels of achievement in art and in science, and that's going to be necessary to take our culture to the next level, to a level of sustainability that will allow us to persist as a species.
Fascinating! I'm dying for you to elaborate. Tell us, where do you see film in, say, 20 years?
Oh boy, I'm really glad you asked that question, because this is what I think is really exciting. As the tools become available for more and more of the billions of people on this planet to create their own motion pictures, more and more people will begin to express themselves through the medium and will embrace it as a fundamental way to communicate and to share the experiences of their lives, to leave a legacy behind after they're gone. The ability for everyone to speak at their own funeral is rapidly becoming possible, and to me that's fascinating. Not just speak, but to be visible, for crying out loud. I mean, it's pretty soon we'll be able to pre-record holographic images and greet the people at our funeral. Bill Cosby has a great bit about how he wanted to put a tape recorder in the coffin, so when people walk by, he can, have a pre-designed order hi Bill, how's the wife and kids, blah blah blah. Well, he's lived long enough now that he'll likely, and he's got plenty of money, he'll likely be able to appear holographically at his own funeral. Rock stars are doing it now. Motley Crue, and someone just did it at the hip hop festival. Tupac made an appearance at the hip hop festival, the Coachella. So anyway, where I'm going with this is I think that more and more people are going to participate as these tools become available to everyone, and it will be a way that it'll be a way of expanding people's consciousness and helping them to communicate with that basic language of the universe, that languageless language, that dream language that I come back to time and time again. I really feel feel that that's part of the blossoming of the human creature, and part of the way they're going to embrace a greater understanding. We're going to embrace a greater understanding of our place in the cosmos. Film's going to be important. It's going to be an important part of that.
Your work has been called fearless, but in the time we've spent together, I feel there's a sort of a bond that's been created, and I'm curious. I must know, what about the man, the artist? What are your greatest fears?
Well, honestly, as with the rest of it, it's difficult to put these into language, but I have thought about that. I think that it was Mark Twain who said there's no shame in fear, but there's shame in cowardice in the face of it, or something along those lines. I have two phenomenal fears. The first is I'm terrified that I will lose interest in art and artistic expression and film and all the things that have been flowing through my transom over the last 14 days. I guess it's been closer to 30, if I consider the comic strip too. But the only thing I can do in the face of that fear, to not show cowardice, is to continue to do. And while this is flowing, keep it flowing, and continue to listen to that compelling urge to produce and follow its direction as long as I'm able to stay awake and do it, and also to take care of the body and get plenty of sleep, because without the dream time I have absolutely no inspiration. So sometimes I have to sleep at 12-hour stretches in order to dream in enough depth and to luck out and get a few moments of lucidity and really extract some inspiration. The other great fear, I'm positively petrified at the prospect of becoming a global phenomenon. I'm terribly I'm just in a knot at the prospect of my 15 minutes of fame. I am convinced that I will waste it, that it will come to no good, that something that I do with language or behavior will undermine the purity of my true artistic message. And I feel that it can only taint a vehicle of universal communication to dally with fame. And so it's a tremendous conundrum. I hope I have the opportunity to face that head on.
Strich, have you ever been properly in love?
Dragonfly, you're not allowed to ask that question. That is the Piers Morgan question, and I'm saving my answer for him.